As you guys know, AQ3D launched its newest intro last week. Have you played it? I asked players this question. Out of almost 500 votes, there's a lot of people that said it's great. 42%. That is amazing. With 23 saying it's okay, 10% saying it sucks, and 25 saying I don't play AQ3D. Let's check out some of these comments. Cuds says it was overall great, I think, just because that's a huge improvement in comparison to older stuff, most graphically. However, I think they still need to polish a few things up. When I compare older maps to new maps, the old ones look much more artificial, made of polymer. Items are better visually too. Now, newbies look like someone capable of dealing with abomination rather than someone in rags fighting a war fiend. NPCs have a better pathing and position too, and the major ones are appealing. Animations and interactives leave a lot to wish since they don't really match. The intro doesn't tell newbies how to check what abilities actually do. That's true. You get ultimate ability charged for a test, but you don't get a cross skill temporarily to introduce them together with heroic skills. Intro introduces trade skill, but doesn't require you to purchase anything nor craft anything, while there is a shop at Griswold and a quest that would require purchasing materials to craft. Oh, I see. So he's saying that they're not introducing any of the craft or the shop mechanics. So I understand that. I think intro should also make newbies put some items, let's say potion, into extra sockets. I see. Interesting. I think map structure is great. The mine, especially with irrelevant side tunnels to explore, even though nothing's to be found there. The stone golem in the lake isn't connected to any quest. Drops a better weapon earlier, showing you can be awarded for not following the game 100%. Oh, this would be great if they removed unnecessary weapon drops from other mobs you kill following the quest line. The escaping mine part is cool, but not great. No damage from falling rocks. You could AFK there and not get punished, and going back there triggers a cutscene. I didn't also like statements in the middle of the screen kill immersion for me, since there's nobody around to say all those. Oh, because it pops up in the middle of the screen. Oh, the game tells you not to look behind, provoking you to do so, and when you look, then you could see you could just go back instead of fail being an option. There could be a map reset when you fail. Music's okay. Sounds boss produces are great. Then comes repetitive and noisy original sound of completed and new quest in middle of everything. Yes. Okay. So this was something I noticed as well. Whereas in the sounds of do 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 kept happening every time that you'd complete a quest or turn in one. So I can understand. I think maybe we should turn that down. If you guys could do me a favor and tap that like button, smash the subscribe, and hit the notification if you want to stay up to date with all of my content. Interacting with this video will help other people find it, which in turn will help this small YouTube channel grow. I'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free to join the Raven Squad. You can tap that join button down below for more details. They did a really great job. I just finished running through it. I love how they made it more fantasy-like, but at the same time, I'm a little sad just because there are some things that, from what it looks like, they're missing from New Babylon, and also the cutscene where you see Vayne was really cool, but I do miss the old cutscene where Death wants you to stop Vayne, and they know you're a legendary hero that's long been dead and you have no memory of that. That was pretty cool. That this whole new cutscene is really cool, but I hope that still ties in some way, which, thinking about it, I don't think that does. We're just sad. Sorry for the long comment. Great video. Been a long time supporter and follower. And thank you. I love it. Fantastic job. There's a massive difference between Mossmere and what AQ3D's original intro was. What they're doing with the skeleton crew is a tall order, but despite that, I'm here for the rework. I loved this storyline, and the map is really awesome. I really liked it. The maps looked really detailed, one of the best updates in a while. I loved the new intro. The map is so great. The story itself is very nice, and they did as they said, introducing the player to all the mechanics of the game. I also love how the new cutscenes were made. I really hope they'll continue to do them so. It makes the game and characters feel alive. I also like the newly added sound effects for the void mobs we fight. but I wish the end was explained better. Like, did Celestia manage to save the Mossmerians, or did they die? Or will we know their destiny and perhaps meet them again in the continuation of the story later? If they're still alive, that is. I love the models of the new horses, but maybe they can animate their manes like they do with the goo horses. It would make them so much better. I also like the new sound effects for the mount and running. However, there's only a very little visual issue that I noticed. Celestia's model stays next to Gregory after we keep the keys to the mines and our new weapon. Her model doesn't get removed, despite it also being near Pipin for the food and continuation of the quest. So we get 2 Celestias. Oh, I see. Okay, that would be a little odd. So it's a very little issue, but I wanted to point it out in case it escaped their attention. Now that they updated the game with some sort of feedback in mind, perhaps it can get fixed, and I can't check it because I already finished the story. Lastly, will they work on the Guardian Golem heroic skill now that they released the Mossmere story? Thanks in advance. That will be coming. The Guardian Golem heroic skill will be coming. I think it's really great that they're trying to add more quality to the game since, let's be honest, they didn't before. They're trying to make the game more serious, and that's great. I've been playing this for more than 10 years. Wow. And just want to say, yeah, it's been real slow. But if you can't appreciate the crew's effort to save their game, then I just think the game's not for you. At some point, I think us players have become too picky. If updates like these happen more often, I think that's the best direction for the game. I know it's going to be a long time for them to release story relevant for maxed out players, but hey, if they want new players, the best way to start is from the base. As long as they got cool cutscenes, legacy items, and level 50 dungeons, I'm happy, and so should you. The graphics look good. It's pretty good, but I could do with less speak with this NPC that's so close to you, her model is practically clipping into yours, or please pick these items laying right next within your arm's reach, please. The map is beautiful, but I couldn't follow the story because I can't read English. I've been gone for 6 months at least, and in that time I've missed nothing. They need to update the game systems and get on with the story. So that is exactly what this new intro is doing, launching the new story. These people like this. Imagine what they see imagine when they see real content. This is real content. This is as real as it's going to get. Only a matter of time before people want a mile. This is how you do an opening for an MMO, and more importantly, what AQ3D desperately needed to survive a decade of stagnation, courtesy of pathological short sights from AE by thinking we are still in the early 2000s and not 25 years into that future where writing has to be a minimum standard of quality to be accepted instead of a mismatch of cheap jokes and fourth wall breaking. Seriously, this has been improved by the users across the board, and is such a higher standard and quality that everything on AQ3D from now on will have to match a Mossmere level of craftsmanship. If this continues as it has been shown, AQ3D is saved. If, for some weird reason, AE decides, okay, let's go back to the good old AQ writing, then the game is done, over and dead before 2026, because I think nobody wants the cheap writing of vanilla AQ3D anymore. Especially now that we got a taste of what a small team can do when they have their own imaginations as a limitation. Too bad after finishing it, there's no way to go back to Mossmere. At least, not yet. It was decent, but I really wish they would just continue the current story. Seems like such a waste. Out of the park. It was okay, but 90% of the game's players are at max level. Thanks for the cheap horses and the free plain axe, but after 10 minutes we were all back to square one. No content. Have you guys played the newest Saga? If not, you can talk to Celestia in Babylon to check it out. And that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.